Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. Today I've decided to immediately start with my team because I'm recording right after the second FA Cup game concluded on Saturday. So firstly, Crystal Palace defeated Fulham and Nottingham Forest defeated Brighton on penalties. So going into game week 34, we're going to have some blanks. Here Palace we'll be facing Arsenal. It's away from home, but still it's another fixture. Then you move down and Forest will be playing against Brentford. So Brentford will have another week of potential fixtures where we can get their players and get a double. So that would mean that if Forest's game is moved around the time where is in 36, so if it's Forest to 36, that is Leicester, so that's game week 36. But if it's not, it's on Spurs fixture, so having to face the Brentford side means two things. First of all, do we keep our Brentford players? That is a very interesting thing to discuss the whole, because Brentford will be facing Brighton or Ipswich, depending on what happens. It's pretty important to see where those fixtures are going to be postponed. The thing about that is that if we go to game week 33 and we move to right here, Forest fixture is already on the Monday, so I don't see them rescheduling all of the fixtures in order to fit them between 33 and 34. So I would say that they will double up most probably in 36, so that's an interesting thing to discuss. But going into 35, Palace game is also on Monday, and then when you move to 36, they haven't yet scheduled them. So we go down to the previous rounds and we start with game week 30, 31. It's not possible to have a double up there. Then 32, there is a week time, but here we have UCL football, so it's not going to happen. Between 32 and 33, once again, we have a UCL football, but after 33, we have a possibility for the double. But now Forest are, I would say, not going to double up. So that would mean probably we can wait and see on Brentford's perspective what to happen. Now, we don't know if in the FA Cup fixture is it going to be Bournemouth or Manchester City progressing forward, because if it's, let's see, go there. But that's a good thing about Brentford. And the better thing is that, let's say you sell your players from Brentford right here, you get them from 35 and you get them for Ipswich, Fulham, Wolves, and still Forest, and it's still a double up. So you can go with Wissa, you can go with Mbumu, you can go with a defender or a goalkeeper like Flecken. You have plenty of possibilities. Now, I'm not going to target Brentford as a team because the players that I want from them are, first of all, going to be either too expensive or not very excited to get them. My strategy is going to be as it follows. I'm going to bench boost in 32 because I think I can get pretty good players into my team without causing a lot of issues. And then on 33, I'll just focus on the doubles and play with the doubles. I think that's an okay plan, and I think I'm going to follow it. Then free hit on 34 to switch all the players that I don't have playing, and then in 35 I go again, reschedule the team and just get players for the next double up whenever it is and whatever happens. I think either View or City are going through, so I would say that their team will have the double up in 36, so we can start preparing my team with the double week fixtures. Of course, we will be starting with the obvious selection of picking the goalkeepers, then we'll move forward, or should I will just remove all the players here. Yes, even Mo Salah for now is being removed, but I want to show you something. Now I'm going to build the team. Spoiler alert, I'm activating the wildcard. So I'm going to activate it in this video and you're going to see it, and you're going to see which moves I make, because if we go to the list, I have players like Pickford, Cahill, Milenkovic, O'Shea, Palmer, Joao Pedro, that are I can easily get out. Chris Wood I'm getting out because I need specific 3 forwards. I'm going to put them into the squad immediately, so you are not bothered by them and why they are not visible at the moment for you, and etc, etc. But players like Bruno, who I have a little bit of money invested in, player like Kluivert, in who I have a lot of money, a player like Mbumu is going to survive at the moment. Possibly the only player going is going to be Palmer. I'm going to showcase to you what the team is going to look like at the end of the day, but yeah, I'm keeping the players that I have some money in them because I may want to rely on them, and in doing so, I may not take them out. But at the end of the day, I will try to build the defense because I would get Kerkez if Bournemouth are a team that I want to focus. So Hausen is not surviving either way. So yeah, for example, Hausen, but someone like Mbumo, someone like Bruno is going to survive because even though I have not a lot of money invested here, if United get a double, it's going to be in 33 and it's going to be versus Wolves and Bournemouth. So yeah, I'll be keeping Bruno in that sense, and I will be thinking about stuff to do and stuff to get money from. I don't know what I'm going to try to create. Maybe I will try to replace several players, but no. Okay, let's start by doing several things. So first of all, I'm returning Isaac, I'm returning Salah. Those players are not going anywhere. I have so much money invested in them. They are now 9.3 and 13.2 13.7, sorry. It's a lot of money invested there. Another player that is for certainty going into the team is Mateta. He played against Fulham in FA Cup. He got subbed off early. Yes, he may get a slight rest, but until he gets a double in 32, where the double is here. City and Newcastle, I know it's a tough fixture, and then it's Bournemouth, Arsenal, but Crystal Palace are just a different team at the moment, so I'll be getting them. And yeah, they will have 6 fixtures in 4 weeks. Believe me that I am picking their players. After that, I can sell them for players that are doubling up in 36. I think the only fixture that's not going to be played in 33 is going to be Brentford versus Forest, but that's pure speculation, and I'm willing to say that, yeah, Brentford have an amazing plethora of players, and I may be able to get them somehow if I try to rotate the team around after that, but for now, I'm going to stick to that. Of course, the team then will be moved to FPL.team, and I'm going to showcase to you how it's going to look in the next couple of fixtures, but the player that I'm picking here is going to be Erling Haaland. If United have a postponement in 34 and Bournemouth defeat Manchester City, I may not get Haaland in, I may get Marmoush. I know that the triple captaincy then becomes a little bit questionable what I'm going to do with it, but honestly, yeah, I might just activate it on someone else, but I can save a lot of money by going to Marmoush. And if I need to save money, that is basically where I will get it. Those are 7 million, and with that 7 million price range, I can improve players left, right, and center and get some players in. It's almost certainly that I'm going with Haaland. I may just avoid Bruno as a whole, but if he doubles up in 33, it's going to be pretty hard to avoid him. But let's focus now on the things we know, and the things that we can bet on. It's that Mateta and Isaac will have a double up, and I'm willing to make a team with Erling Haaland. Speaking about the double up from Crystal Palace, there is a player that I'm picking immediately, and that is Munoz, already locked in. And Ismail Assar is another player that is going to join the frame. You can argue Sar versus Seze, but that's 1.1 million that I cannot afford to spend on someone that has a question mark of a, not a form, but of a, yes, Eze is question mark with his form, and it's away fixture run for them. Yes, Southampton away, City away, Newcastle away, Arsenal away. Those are from 6-4 are away, and the home games are not that easy themselves. So yeah, I'm not going to waste that much money on that position. Speaking about Newcastle, I'm going to pick Livramento. Yes, you can go with Dan Burn and save a little bit of money, but Dan Burn is on 8 yellow cards. And if for the off chance he gets a yellow card, for example, against Brentford and then against United, he will miss a double up against Palace, and that's not something that I would want to do. So I'm going to pick Livramento, the next best thing that you can opt from for him. After Ho got an injury, he has been playing regularly. Yes, against Liverpool he was replaced early, but that was a game when they faced Ho was present. So yeah, after that against West Ham, he got a bonus and got the 7 points, and he's as offensive as it gets. So Livramento is going to be joining the frame. Now another player from the team that I want to get is another Newcastle player. So we have Gordon, who is suspended, but he's 7.4. I cannot afford him in my team. Yes, I can do some restructuring, maybe downgrade player here and there, but I don't want to make some downgrades in order to get Gordon for basically 2 fixtures, because he's missing the Brentford game. Yes, after that there is a Leicester game that you can see here on the horizon, but ideally I can rely on this guy, Murphy. He is playing regular minutes, and I know that his points are just not there, but he can surprise a lot of people. And for 5 million you can bench him for whoever you want. You can bench him for a defender if you want to go there. So I'll be going into that direction. Next up, we have to fit the defensive things and the left pieces of the offensive one. In order to activate the bench boosts in 32, I want to get player from Arsenal as they're doubling up. I'm not going to lie to anyone, I'm bringing Gabriel. Of course, most of you will say, but go for Saka, because Saka will be there, Saka will be attacking, but is he going to be playing 90 minutes left, right and center with games against Real Madrid? Just right back coming from injury. First of all, he may not be back until game week 32. So at the end of the day, I am not willing to annihilate my structure just there and get Saka. So the only player that I'm getting from Arsenal is going to be Gabriel. And returning one more player into the frame is Gvardiol, who I went with last week. Of course, he disappointed me once again, but I don't want to make anything there about that, just getting him into the team. Next up, we have several things to consider and to talk about. So first of all, we have 5 players left to fit in, and that's not going to be that hard. Looking at the fixtures, Villa have a game of 32 against Southampton, so someone like Morgan Rogers is going to be an interesting option to get here, but yeah, and then he has a double up against Newcastle, and Newcastle and City, most probably. But the issue with him is that he has Europe, and he has, once again, 8 yellow cards. With those 8 yellow cards, I think it can get a little bit tricky. Someone like, for example, Tielemans is 5.5 also himself. He has been scoring an odd goal here and there, 2 goals and 4 assists, compared to Rogers, who is with 7 goals and 5 assists. Yes, it's a good statistical number. I don't know if I want to go for Rogers and if I want to pick him into the squad. First of all, he's not on penalties. Second of all, he may get suspended because he's receiving yellow cards for some stupid things like 3 in a row. Come on. Yeah, that's not something that I want to consider. I will check when the yellow cards are increased once again and when the number just increases, if at all it increases. But yeah, I would be possibly avoiding that Aston Villa team as a whole. Apart from that Southampton game, I was thinking about Console or Emi Martinez, but at the end of the day, do I want to get someone to face Newcastle and Man City in defense? Possibly not. Then we go to Brentford, who may have a double up, and it's Arsenal away, so yeah, not going to happen. And it's Forest away. If it's Forest away and Ipswich away, yes, I can get someone in defensive department from them, but Arsenal and Forest away, no thank you. Brighton is a team that I was looking into investing, and honestly, Leicester at home feels like a game where they can keep a clean sheet, so I was considering one of my keepers to be Verbruggen, and I still like that idea. Chelsea is a team that I might want to get because they have some cheap options that I can rely on against game week 32 and then just be bench option. So something else that I was discussing, 3 players here, Everton no double going down. Liverpool is a team that I might consider, but looking here, I might be selling Salah and just getting, for example, Saka or someone else with a double up. So Saka is not going to have a double up, but yeah, in 37, Forest, let's say they reach the final, they face West Ham. Not something that I would want. Or if Crystal Palace reach the final, it's going to be Wolves, so more Crystal Palace players, but I'm keeping mine. So yeah, it's not that big of a deal. City, I already have 2 players. United, if they have a double up, it's going to get interesting. Forest is a team that I would be willing to invest because they for certainty will have a double up. They have a very good fixture run and a very good defensive record. Of course, Chris Wood is now out of the question because I don't want to put him into the frame, as this player will get one of the forward spots. But if their double up is in 33, immediately Isaac is gone and I'm getting Wood. If it's not, in 32 they face Everton at home. So I'm seeing a potential clean sheet. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but still is a possibility. Then Spurs against Wolves, I wouldn't trust Spurs, and everything else is not something that excites me. So the combination that I went with in my head was Sales in goal immediately. I think the best keeper this year. And I was deliberating between Flecken, who is 4.4, and sooner rather than later he will have a double up. But the issue is that his double up is going to be either in 33, when I just don't want to discuss that, as I'm not going to use anything apart from the triple captainship here on Erling Haaland, or in 36 against Forest, from which the keeper I already have. So I will be benching that Flecken guy. The other option was to go for a defender here from their team, which might still be an option. But if I want to free hit in, bench boost in 32, it's against Arsenal. So the combination that I wanted to go with was Verbruggen in goal as my backup goalkeeper and only be utilized against Leicester at home. Then I can get him if something happens in 36, but yeah, in 36 probably a double. So Verbruggen is going to be a one-way keeper. Yes, a lot of money will be spent there, but still I'm willing to take that risk for the bench boost and the Leicester home fixture. And the other defender is I decided to return Milenkovic. I want to have him prepared for the double up. I think he's reliable. He can get some price rises here and there, and having for 10 million both defenders from Forest is a good thing. Of course, Neco Williams is 4.4. I can save 0.5 from that move and I might go there. But if they rotate a little bit the players, I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. So yeah, I'm going to tinker about Milenkovic and Neco Williams because the budget is a little bit tight at the moment. And now we're left with 2 midfield position. Even if I see this, I want Kluivert to be into my team because that brings me one more penalty taker. Now I have Salah, Haaland, Isaac, Mateta and Kluivert, 5 penalty takers, which is a very, very solid number. Murphy is not a penalty taker, but neither is Gordon. Eze or Sar, neither of them are confirmed penalty takers unless Mateta is off the field. Eze is not going to take the penalties. And that leaves me with 4.9, which is not a lot of money, to be completely fair. So the thing that I wanted to do here is pick someone cheap and reliable, and that cheap and reliable player is going to be Enzo Fernandez. Of course, you're going to say, but Enzo is playing at GM sometimes, then he's playing as a cam. You don't know if he plays against Ipswich at 32. Whenever I want him, that's the ideal move here. Of course, Milenkovic, I think I'm going to rely at the moment for Neco Williams or Nico, however you want to say it. But yeah, I might opt for here for Williams and be happy with it because for the foreseeable future, I'm using him in 32. And then 35, 6, 7 possibly, but the only thing is against 32. He will be playing in 31 as Moreno is for certainty not facing Aston Villa, but after that is Everton at home, so yeah, I'll be relying there. And that leaves me with 0.7 million in the bank to a little bit integrate the team left, right and center. Of course, if Bruno goes through, I will have to sell someone like Jacob Murphy, most probably, but that would need to get me with 3 million. So where I'm going to find them, I have no clue. Possibly I'll have to sell Kluivert, penalty taker with penalty taker to replace, so that would mean that I will need 2.5. I can downgrade Gabriel, Gvardio, Sales possibly, but is it worth it for one Bruno? I don't know. Haaland can go, of course. Haaland is the big if here, and 14.8 is not a small sum to spend, but there's a potential for a double up when I will have to activate my triple captaincy, because I just like the week 32 fixtures more. And yeah, I think that this is the team at the moment. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to move now to FPL.team. I'm going to input this team, showcase to you how I'm preparing it up for the next 3 weeks. Then the free hit is an out of question thing. I'm willing to just free hit on 34 and be done with it. With that Crystal Palace double up, I don't think it's worth taking them out. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm then moving to FPL team, showing you how to do it, and then I will be activating for real the wildcard, and I will be moving the players left, right, and center where I want to save some money and where I want to gain some maybe price rises or something like that, some players with popularity. So first of all, let's go to see with FPL.team how the team looks for the foreseeable 3-4 weeks. So here is how the team is going to line up in game week 30. When I will activate the wild card, I have Munoz, Sarr and Mateta facing Southampton, Isaac and Murphy facing Brentford, Haaland facing Leicester, Kluivert facing Ipswich and Salah facing Everton. I think it's worth using it now instead of keeping it for 1-2 days of safe information. Like, I don't care that much about that info. I've prepared the team to bench boost in 32. After that, I will just prepare a team. I have Guardiola, Munoz and Gabriel in defense and Sales in goals against Manchester United. I can opt for Verbruggen, but I don't quite fancy it. Moving into game week 31, I can easily see myself benching either possibly Munoz will be benched, and Brighton at home is going to be a game where I don't use him. Yes, I may suffer here, but it is what it is. Then we have Isaac, Mateta, Haaland, good fixtures, Murphy, Sarr, Kluivert, Salah, good fixtures, Gabriel, Guardiola, Livramento and Sales, again with good fixtures. Of course, Verbruggen is not going to play against my two attackers of Palace, so the team is clear here. Then we move to game week 32, where we bench boost and we captain someone like, we captain Isaac. Into that week, the vice captaincy will go to Salah. Then we move to game week 33, so here the order doesn't matter, as all will play, and we move here. I can opt for someone like Verbruggen instead of Sales if I want to risk it, but Sales may have a double up, so I'm using him here. We know for certainty that Munoz, Guardiola and Gabriel will have a double up. If Nick Williams has a double up, I will include him into the squad. Sarr, Haaland, Mateta will have a double up. Of course, we don't know what will happen with Isaac and Murphy, but that all depends. Of course, if there is a double up, no double up anymore. Isaac is gone, and I'm bringing my friend Ollie Watkins here to have a 2 weeks, 2 fixtures into the frame. And yeah, I can opt for someone like Rogers if he's available and without yellow cards, or someone else. Like, it's quite big the possibility. And that will be it, like literally. And then we go to game week 34, and here I free hit with whoever is having a fixture. And then in game week 35, the team can stay literally like that, like Bournemouth, Wolves, Forest. It's okay, yeah, a lot of attackers here will suffer, but I'll have 4 transfers to adjust the squad and start bringing double week players. For example, Mateta can go and I can get Wood, or Watkins can go, I can get Wood. Against Palace, I can get Elanga here. I know that I'm doubling up in their defense, but I prefer Forest defense compared to their attack. Of course, here Salah can be dropped for someone like, I don't know, Saka, but Saka will be facing Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle, so I'm maybe Son if he's fit, but that's up until game week 35, and for sure I will be focusing on to the doublers. So yeah, for now the team will remain like that, so I feel quite confident into that wild card. So yeah, I think that that's good. So yeah, leave down in the comment section what do you believe about my team. Of course, Mbumo will be possibly the player that I replace Salah with. I know it sounds crazy, but I quite like it. So yeah, tell me what do you think about the wild card now. I will go and adjust the team a little bit. I have 0.7 in the bank for a little bit of rotation, but I want to get the players that I think will get some price rises in the foreseeable future. So let's go and just handle that and not feel threatened about some price rises and some price changes, and I will be activating the wildcard into the next section. Okay, so we're currently back into my Rio squad that I've been preparing. So let's go position by position and see where we can waste some money. So okay, that is need to be refreshed. Sorry about that. So here, yes, Pickford 5.1, 3.9, immediately those keepers can go and I can get the real deal here and just not be worried about it. So that is done. Moving into defense, Gabriel has a price rise, Vardio has one, Hausen has one, Milenkovic doesn't have one but is expected soon to rise. But am I going with Milenkovic for a week or two? Possibly not. Like, I will just rely on Livramento, Munoz, and Vardio and Gabriel if he's injured. So yeah, here we can get rid of Milenkovic, Hausen, and Toshia. So basically we can build our defense here. So Nick Williams goes in, Munoz goes in, and Livramento goes in. Of course, we're in the minus at the moment, so we're going to have to fix that. Moving into midfield, Kluivert, Mbeumo, Salah, and Bruno will survive because I have some money invested in them while Palmer will be going. So with Palmer going, I'm going to get a player that I believe will rise in price soon, and that is Ismail Assar. At the moment, I'm getting him, and up front, Pedro is gone for sure, and Wood is going to be staying for now, as I have how much invested in him. So I bought him for 6.7. So if he drops in price, I may be hurt. So I may leave. I don't know if it's worth leaving. I can get someone like Marmushin just for the sake of price rises, but do I want it? So if I go Haaland, the budget is done, I believe. Yeah, the budget is not going to be enough. So Mateta is in. I'm not going to hide it. Mateta is in. And I have 9 million to pick a player. I may just keep Wood. And but if he drops in price, I will lose money. And he has a possibility to drop in price pretty soon. So I don't know what to do. Am I cashing out? Yeah, I will be cashing out. And I will be getting Marmoush for now. Of course, that squad will change. But yeah, just getting him to cash out the money from Chris Wood unless he gets out. So yeah, that's the team for now. Of course, that will change drastically. That will not be the real squad that I go for. You already seen it. But yeah, activating the wild card, I'm getting most of the players. The defense is set. Basically, the midfield needs to change, and Mbeumo and Bruno will leave the team, and Marmoush will be replaced with Haaland. Of course, Haaland can rise in price, but I prefer to keep Mbeumo and Bruno into the team at the moment, because looking at Mbeumo, I will lose if he drops in price. I will lose money. So, but I want to know, am I using him or not? Haaland may get injured tomorrow, so that's why I'm not picking anything for certain. I'm just leaving my options open, and I'm trying not to lose money. But I know Wood is not going to get into that front line three because it's Marmoush, Isak, and Mateta, or Haaland, Isak, and Mateta. So yeah, making the transfers. No, how to activate the wildcard? Wildcard plate, playing the chip, make transfers, confirm transfers, and play wildcard. And yeah, I've officially opened my wildcard, selling Cujo, Pedro Palmer, Rocha, House, and Milenkovic, Cahill, Pickford. Ideally, the others survive for now. So we have a team and we have our wildcard activated. Thanks so much for watching. More content will be coming after the City and Aston Villa games, of course, if we know when we know who is having a double up and who is not. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being part of the community. If you want to support me, please click that subscribe button. It will mean the world to me if I am able to reach that 5k goal as soon as possible. I'm aiming for the start of next season. Let's see where we can reach. So now the next couple of weeks is going to be updated wildcard, some information if we have blah blah blah, and those kind of ideas. Thanks so much. Please don't forget to leave down in the comment section what do you believe about my team, and do you like it, do you not like it, how do you see it, what do you expect from it, am I going to perform well, am I not? Yeah, strategy bench booster to triple captain 33, free hit in 34, and the chips are done. And then we rise into the final parts of the season. But for now, I think that's an ideal structure. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you very, very soon with more FPL and UCL content. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.